it's true. I'd rather be right here with you. Nothing else matters right now.
Lasagna soup. It's our newest addition to comfort foods. This is a big one. There's 23 ingredients, but you're gonna need all of them. Here we go. Pepper, salt, onion, garlic, Italian herb paste, tomato paste, lasagna noodles, sausage. I've got ground sirloin, Boursin cheese, ricotta cheese, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce. I've got beef broth.
What is that?
Parmesan cheese, that's it. And mozzarella cheese. I've got, let's flip it over. Nope. Okay, I've got beef flavored broth, garlic powder, onion powder, crushed red pepper, a little sugar, and basil and parsley. My first one is ricotta cheese. And then I have the Boursin cheese. Now this, you're only going to use half of it. I already used the other half of it the first time I made the soup. It's going to give it great flavor. I've got my mozzarella cheese. Parmesan cheese. A little bit of red pepper. The amount's up to you. Okay, we're going to do some salt and pepper. Oops, we need the side where it shakes. There we go. And of course you can add more or do less. Okay, and our final ingredient that's going to go in, final two ingredients are basil, fresh basil. It smells heavenly. You're going to want to chop it. Just a rough chop. And then parsley. And we're going to use some for garnish at the end. Wow. And if you want to, you could just push them together. Now I'm keeping the recipe next to me just to make sure, since there's so many parts to it, don't want to forget anything. Okay, I'm going to push this forward and I'm going to mix. So once you've got this all combined, you're going to put it in your refrigerator and then move on to the next step. Of course, I let these sit out for a few minutes so the cheese would soften a little bit. I did shred the cheeses, the Parmesan and mozzarella. Of course, you can use it already packaged. All right, that looks good. Now I'm going to mix in our fresh herbs. Okay. And our first step is done, and we're going to put it back in the refrigerator so it can chill. Okay, now we're here at the stove and we're going to cook our meats first. So I'm going to start with our ground beef. So now we're going to cook our ground beef, drain that, cook our sausage, and drain that. And break it up. Now, if you have a bigger pan, you could certainly cook it together at the same time. It doesn't matter. The next ingredient is our sausage. And I wanted to tell you that I got this recipe originally from the channel Mr. Make It Happen. He's got a lot of great recipes, a really cool channel. And This was the part that I changed. I kept everything else the same. He originally had 2 pounds of ground beef, and I decided to change it to 1 pound of ground beef and 1 of sausage. But you can certainly keep it that way if that's what you would prefer. All right, so I've cooked the sausage, I've cooked the ground meat, I've drained them. I put them back in this larger pot. And I'm going to add my onions. I've already chopped those. That was 1 small onion. Stir that around, okay. Beef bouillon powder. Next, salt, pepper. Which of course adjusted to your taste. I've got garlic powder, onion powder, I've got crushed red pepper, not very much. I could add more. Okay. This one is new, Italian herb paste. I've never used it before until this recipe. Tomato paste. In case you haven't seen it, this is how it comes. You do have to store both of those in the refrigerator after you open them, but otherwise they're sold with the tomato sauces. Okay, let this cook just a minute, combine. I'm going to turn this down. We'll get ready for our next step. Okay, next we're going to add the garlic. You can mince it or you could chop it. All right, next our beef broth. So now I'm going to be sure to scrape the bottom because a lot of that good flavor is down there. Now, from the beginning, if you wanted to cook the meat in here in this pot, you could. But for me, it's very heavy, and to drain, it's hard. So I do it this way. It is kind of an extra step, but I don't mind. Okay, we're adding our tomato sauce. And you can do diced or chopped tomatoes. Our next step is we're going to add a pinch of sugar just to help with this
Acidity.
acidity. Thank you. Any more? Okay, so we've got some basil we're going to add. And parsley. And we're going to let this continue to simmer a few more minutes. Then we're going to add our last ingredient, which is the lasagna noodles. It looks almost good enough to eat, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, we'll give that a few more minutes. All right, this is our last step, which is the funnest part, is to take our 8 lasagna noodles and break them up into small pieces. And you're going to want them smaller than you might think, because they will absorb the liquid and become bigger. Watch out for flying lasagna. Help out, okay. Okay, so we're going to stir those in and we'll let it cook a little while longer and then it'll be time to eat. Oh, that one piece is a little big there. You ready to try lasagna soup?
Absolutely.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Smells great.
Yes.
Wasn't sure what this would be earlier in the week when we did the test recipe. Spectacular.
Yes.
Definitely falls into the top 10 list of comfort foods that I've never had, but
Yeah, we've never had this before. I've never ever made it before. Never even heard of it before until maybe 6 months ago.
delicious.
All right.
If you like lasagna or any other kind of wonderful comfort food, this is fantastic. I think the Boursin cheese really makes it.
Still a little hot. So be careful.
The basil, the fresh basil.
Fresh basil, fresh parsley, freshly grated cheese, they all make a difference.
Thank you, Kirsten, for the basil.
Yeah. And thank you to Mr. Make It Happen for the recipe.
Is that me?
No,
I'm-
sorry.
I thought I was Mr. Make It Happen.
Oh, well, a lot of times you are. But no, the YouTube channel.
That's a great name for a YouTube
I
channel.
know it is.
Look at that cheese pull.
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly.
So don't be scared that there's 23 ingredients in here because they all have an important part to make this really awesome.
Wow.
Now, you know, of course, you can adjust the seasonings to your liking, more of this, more of that.
So, with a lot of Italian dishes, better the second night. This is
I
very
definitely
good,
think so.
but reheat this sucker tomorrow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's really good.
Thanks, Bridgetta.
You're welcome. So don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and family. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is good, Bridgetta.
Don't know if you know this too.